I didn't see you standing there. Why don't you come and take a seat? Because there's something that I want to tell you. Now, you may or may not have heard the little rant, the little rave, the little fit our dear friend Quirky Love Rose through and called Gorlworld. Well, she likened it to a mental health disorder. And I thought, what would that look like if somebody actually did create a diagnostic criteria? Well, I've gone ahead and done that. This is the diagnostic criteria for Gorlworld mental health disorder. A pervasive pattern of instability marked by an unrelenting urge to go onto social media, share private thoughts, desires, relationships, and behaviors with an audience, and then systematically and predictably get angry when that same audience or a wider audience questions it later. This presents in a variety of contexts, as indicated by 5 or more of the following. Get your pens and pencils ready. 1. Presenting oneself in a manner that is not, presenting oneself in a manner that is not true to whom the person actually is, as evidenced by using a low BMI voice, appearing nicer and sweeter when the goal is to obtain goods. When the person isn't soliciting goods, they are often much louder, and the tone of their voice is much more harsh. 2. Oversharing personal details and life circumstances, only to get angry when those details are mentioned or questioned, when the details appear to have changed later. 3. Dry begging, coming onto one's platform to whine about certain needs one can't afford without directly asking for it, because historically, some of their audience members have sent them gifts or donations. 4. Inappropriate, intense anger when other members of Gorlworld make more money off similar content, but acting like that's not the reason why. They were happy when reaction channels started covering them because they thought monies would start rolling in. When that didn't happen, anger ensued. 5. Making false accusations with absolutely no evidence to back it up. Using inflammatory language, making oneself appear to be the victim, to overshadow something they have likely engaged in. Using dangerous labels against people they don't like. Disgusting. 6. Using big brain words, buzzwords, without context, without knowing what they mean, often using them as filler words to add emphasis, emotion, drama, and to appear smarter, which often backfires because the words are misused. It comes across as TikTok speak. 7. Insulting the very audience they cultivated, pointing the finger and blaming them for their own misery instead of engaging in therapy. 8. Blaming their audience when they get trolled. The inability or refusal to see that the internet is full of people who aren't nice, and they can't predict who will or won't say mean things, or send them pizzas, bread, or expensive cakes. 9. Chronic feelings of emptiness, and filling that emptiness with copious amounts of junk food while live streaming to fans, licking fingers, and simultaneously insulting what they call haters. 10. Complaints of physical pain combined with refusal to seek medical attention, discussing physical health disorders, and then calling their audience blank phobic for suggesting that their symptoms might be related to their massivity. They blow off any and all feedback unless it's exactly what they want to hear. 11. Relationship jumping, moving from one relationship to the next, lying to their audiences, things that they didn't have to tell audiences in the first place, and then getting angry when the audience gets curious or skeptical and starts asking questions. You didn't have to tell people about your love life in the first place. 12. Immaturity. The girls are in their 30s, but have regressed in maturity to an age that seems to align more with 15, as evidenced by catty behavior, crying when they don't get their way, being dependent on other adults, including dependency on their mothers for rides and groceries. 13. A pattern of presenting oneself in a disheveled, unkempt, appearing unshowered, and wearing the same clothing for days, even after spilling food on it. 14. Kitchen parking. Posting up in the kitchen, making disturbing-looking dishes, while live streaming, making it virtually impossible for others to privately obtain food or drink. 15. Furniture rotting. This can include couches, chairs, scooters, beds, a pattern of laying on furniture while hot and sweaty, saturating furniture with bodily fluids. 16. Selfishness, as evidenced by ignoring others' feelings, speaking over others, interrupting, not paying attention, making comments about other people's likes, making every situation center around their own wants and feelings at the cost of those around them. 17. Hypocrisy. The very community that they once used for money has now in their minds become their number one enemy. The community and behavior that they once found entertaining is now beneath them, except for the fact that they still engage in it. 18. Mirror blindness. The inability to see themselves as they really are, projecting their rude, reprehensible behavior onto others. 19. Grossness. Belching, releasing gas, talking about bodily functions, mouth noises, moaning while eating, chewing with mouth open, and camera half down their throat. Ma'am, back up. 20. Dirty deleting and the changing of history, going on a rant and rave, saying things out of pocket, calling people out, calling people names, saying they're leaving, denying that they're ranting and raving. Then a few hours later, it's all gone, usually with no explanation. Later, there will be a denial of things said. When proof is shown that they said those things, an excuse will be concocted. 21. Instability of goals or career plans. Living off others or another form of parasitic lifestyle. Pretending to be disabled. Making their physical situation someone else's responsibility. 22. Big time delusionary attitude. The inability or refusal to see that they are the problem and they brought those problems to the internet. They are Gorlworld. Everyone else is just observing.